All right, our first bending lick is over the E chord shape. And this one we're going to be doing a couple different approaches to double stops on. We're going to be doing some half step approaches and some diatonic step approaches, which just means we're moving from one scale note to the next. We also have a nice little bend release happening in here too. Let's get started with this first lick over the E shape. All these notes are meant to ring in each other. Let's bring up the track and listen to what it sounds like. All right, so first what I'm doing is I'm, of course, visualizing my E chord shape, and I'm going to be starting on the flat third and fifth here, and bending that flat third up till it sounds like the third. Okay, now I'm going to be starting on my 4 and my flat 7. That's where I'm getting the flat 7 from, if you visualize that E7 shape. And I'm going to be bending that 4 up till it sounds like the 5th. So a whole step bend. This is from one scale note to the next. Okay, now I'm going to start on the flat 7, and I have my 3rd up here. I have a nice little bend release. I'm bending up, hitting that high note, and then releasing the bend. And then dropping back for my 5th. Now I want to try to do this where when I get to the end, those two notes are ringing. All right, so some of the variations that I was doing was just playing this like backwards. I was also doing these as a full-on double stop, so using two of my fingers to grab the double stop and then do the bend. I was repeating some of these bends. I also threw a little James Burton lick in there too, where I took my bent double stop and I did this little hybrid picking technique where I'm using my third or my ring finger and middle finger, and I'm playing the double stop and alternating between the double stop and picking on the 3rd string. And you can do this with any of them. All right, so hopefully that gives you some ideas. Let's move on to our next lick for bending.